Ladies and gentlemen, we're here today doing another Doodle Diary. The doodle is of me, of course, just having a good time drawing a little cartoony, derpy, fat-bodied, kind of a chubby version of myself. You'll see more of that chubbiness down there and below when you see the feet and the round body. I have really had a fun time doodling this little version of me. I mean, all artists, I should say, at least I'm speaking for myself, like to draw little derpy pictures of them because, I don't know, it's just a way that, kind of release and draw, and you can always draw little versions of yourself and derp out. I don't know. It's just me. Maybe it's just me. If it's you, if you're an artist and you like to doodle little stupid pictures of yourself, little bearded pictures of yourself, then awesome. Unless you're like a girl or you don't have a beard, then you wouldn't want to draw bearded pictures of yourself. But you get the idea. The self-portrait. But yeah, I enjoyed drawing this one. But we're talking about today is nostalgia type stuff and how it affects how we perceive reboots of TV shows and movies that we enjoy when we were younger. Now, what spurred this topic in me is the Ninja Turtles. The trailer is out, and I had a look at it, and it actually shows the turtles. It actually gives you a real close-up. You even hear the voice of Michelangelo, which, of course, is the radical dude that loves to eat pizza. Of course, they're not going to go the surfer, radical cowabunga style. I mean, he may drop cowabunga in the movie. If he doesn't, I'm going to flip a table. But that's not his style, of course. They're, definitely leaning more towards, modernized, but still good. I can't really give a lot of feedback on it. I can just tell you I didn't hate it. I didn't necessarily love it. And it wasn't necessarily because of the Ninja Turtles. The Turtles look good. I know a lot of people said the nose may have had a problem, but, really it's a turtle. And I know that we've had, an artistic vision painted in our mind of them thanks to cartoons and the TV, the TV series, of course, and of course comic books, and of course the movies that came out. Their noses were a bit different. But I have no problem with these noses so long as they do everything else fairly decent. I know the storyline's a bit different, but they have reimagined the making of the Turtles a bunch of times. They've reimagined the making of a bunch of heroes and all kinds of stuff all over all over my nostalgia. So I don't really, my nostalgia bone is about as busted as it needs to be. I try not to get too hurt over things like that. The one thing I do have a problem with was April O'Neil. And I talked about this on the live stream. Link in the description. Come join us for the live stream. Follow me there. We do games and art and talk and crazy and have fun. But what I was talking about was what I'm going to dub the Megan Fox factor. And it's not necessarily all Megan Fox. We talked about how she's never really stepped outside the box as an actress. She's always played that sexy, person. Like, look at me, I'm hot and sexy. And that's not necessarily her problem. I'm sure that she's typecast and she's getting paid for it. And if they were paying me to be sexy, I would totally be down with it. And of course, her time will come when she can break that shell in the event she's able. I would like to hope that she's a talented actress. She's not just being shoved on screen because she's eye candy. And, people want to grab her and, do terrible things to her. But, that happens. It happens sometimes. You get all caveman crazy. Like, I don't care what she says so long as she's standing there scantily clad. And I don't like that. I don't like them throwing scantily clad up in there. And if there were, they could pick someone different because I'll agree, the Black Nerd Comedy, and I'll link his stuff there too. He has his video where he talks about what I'm talking about right now. And it is like a Megan Fox effect where when you see her, you see Megan Fox. You don't see anyone else. She could be playing anyone. She could be trying to do April O'Neil. But when I see her, I'm not going to see April O'Neil. And they didn't even go out of their way to make her hair any different. Like make it, dye it red or blonde or just change her visually. They didn't try at all to change her visually. to where, I'm not even saying try to change her to look like April O'Neil. They could have literally just went any direction. They could have been a blonde April O'Neil for all I care. The problem is that they just left her the same. It's like they're just utilizing her for her I guess, her pretty factor. I mean, she's attractive, yeah, but she's not like face melting attractive. It's not, she's not my top pick. And if we want to go ahead and rattle off a list, then tell me in the comments and we can talk about that. We'll talk about who I think are the talented actresses and actors and who I think are eye candy and things like that. We can discuss that if that interests you. If that topic interests you is what I'm saying. But we're not going to be chatting about that because we could talk all day on that. But she's a Megan Fox and she's in that category and I don't see her escaping it anytime soon. And I really don't like that choice as April O'Neil. It makes me think that they're trying to transformer it, where they're just trying to shove, the people that they know. They never want to give anyone else another go. I mean, how many actresses are out there who are just stunningly beautiful and amazingly gifted, and you never see them? You'll never see them. You'll never see them because they don't want to take a chance. And you should want to take a chance. And they do that a lot. A lot of movies nowadays, they try to do that. But I don't know, Michael Bay maybe he doesn't. Michael Bay maybe, let's just stick to our guns. Let's keep these same guns and keep firing them in the same direction. Sorry, I got choked up there. Until we fail, until box office numbers plummet. And it's sad. It's sad that, I don't know, maybe it's just a collection of, the viewer as people who go to the movie theater. We don't want any change. They just sit there and they're like, I don't want to see anything of worth. I just want to see explosions, half-naked Megan Fox, and I want to go home and be like, that movie was bitching on Facebook. Maybe that's who they're playing to. Because let's be honest, my opinionated money spends just as good as their throw it at the screen money. And that's a sad thing. That's a sad realization in life, ladies and gentlemen. And, a lot of you are going to be like, hey, wait a minute, I don't like Transformers. Transformers was good. Transformers is fast food movie. I like a steak of a movie every now and again. I like to sink my teeth into a movie steak instead of a movie McNugget like Transformers. Because a movie McNugget is a lot. There's a lot there. It's a lot of explosions, and it's a 20-piece for $5. You're like, hot damn. And there's sauce. They put sauce. They put Megan Fox sauce on top of it. And you're like, holy shit, could it get any better? And then the next thing you know, they just up it with a side of French fries. And that's, I guess, more explosions or nostalgia. Let's say that. The French fries are some nostalgia because you're like, oh my God, I love Optimus Prime. When I was a kid, I had 1,000 action figures. And I did. And I watched the first Transformers, and I enjoyed it. Because you're not going to get a Braveheart. Optimus Prime is not, going to free people, and go through pain and struggle. And there's not going to be a female Optimus Prime that they fall in love and they do some weird, robot loving, and then she gets killed, and he's like, I vow to avenge you. Optimus, goes on a bloodlust rampage or something, and there's a deep, philosophical story, and it's based loosely on history, very loosely, might I add. We're still talking about Braveheart now, if you're wondering. But the point is it's fast food, and I know Ninja Turtles is going to be fast food. Ninja Turtles is going to be fast food, but I am invested in it. As a child, I had all kinds of toys. I have a special place in my heart for pizza. It's a clogged artery, mind you, but it's still a special cholesterol-filled port in my heart for this pizza because of the Ninja Turtles. They made pizza a thing for me. And I can't say that about Sonic. The cartoon, he could never make me like chili dogs. First off, why did they pick chili dogs? Was one of the artists or the writers sitting around like, oh, I love chili dogs, let's make them chili dogs. Like this, why would you pick chili dogs? That's a story for another time. Sonic, Steve Urkel's voice, look it up, it's true. I forgot his name. But the point I'm trying to make, if there is a point here, I don't think it is that it is going to be fast food. And I just don't want them to ruin this one because I love the Ninja Turtles. I love them more than Transformers. I said it. I did. Like after the first Transformers, I was like, well, I've had my fill. I don't care about explosions, especially 3 hours worth, or 2.5, or I'm like, Jesus, Hollywood, can you not tell a story quick? You know, I mean, it's ridiculous, to be honest, that they have to take that much time. I don't know if it's the fact that they're trying to make people feel like they're $11,000 for 3D seats, 3D glasses and vibrating seats and artery clogging free butter has to be paid for or something. They're like, oh, well, it's all worth it because that movie was like 3 hours. I got to ignore half of almost 1/4 of my day watching this film. I got to remove myself from bills and stress, for 3 entire hours. I'm like, okay, yeah, but was it worth it? I used to leave movies before, like those movies like Transformers, and, you really don't get anything from it. You try to remember some like key points, and you're like, oh, there was an explosion. And then there was a slow-mo part with Megan Fox. And then there was another explosion. And then I sat there looking to see if I could see... Wait a minute. Did Shia LaBeouf lose his finger before or after that last one he was in? Because he lost his finger in like an accident or something, and it chopped the tip off. And I remember looking for it. I don't know. Someone told me about that, and he was like, oh, I can see it. And I'm like, it was just stupid. I worked at a movie theater for a while, so, we stood in the back of the movies trying to make our day less shit. And that's what it was spent at, like going into the funny parts of the movie and go, oh, that's about to be that part. And then we'd run in there and see that. And, this is, I just, maybe it's because I've been hardened over time. Maybe that's it. With movies, I don't even like going to the theater even now after I've left the place. It makes me feel like nope. I don't. There's not a movie worth it. But to me, and maybe this is why it's such a big topic for me, is this one is something I would enjoy, and I will probably go. I still got to get to the Muppets movie, but it's something I will enjoy, and I want to enjoy, and if it isn't good, and I will probably go to the theater to see it. I won't wait for a DVD. That'll be like a whole additional year, and everybody will ruin it. I'll probably try to go to the theater to see this one, and pay $1 billion. I'll even try to go to the matinee. They've got it now to where you can't even go to a matinee. Like, oh, I'll go during the day, so there won't be a big of a crowd, and it'll be cheaper. It's not even cheaper anymore. I think you pay for the luxury of not going during the day. You're not going at night. You're like, oh, you're going to go during the day? Another $40. Man. I mean, it'd be different if they give you like a voucher for the DVD immediately. Like, here, you can buy the movie and you get the DVD. Or like 50% off the DVD if you see it in the first week. Then I could see it would be all right. If everyone goes in the first week, you get like a 50% off coupon for the DVD when it's released. So that way the DVD, the Blu-ray or the DVD won't be like $20. You can be like, oh, I just only get to pay $10 for the DVD. It would make me feel better because I could own the DVD for cheaper and still see the movie and, whatever. Point is, I don't want them to ruin Ninja Turtles. It's, Transformers, I think they thoroughly beat the horse. They're still beating it. That horse is dead. They've been beating it. Or to me it is. I don't know. As long as I can still make money. This is all opinion-based, mind you. A lot of you are like, I like those, and I will continue to like them. And yes, you're right. Thanks. Awesome. But I don't know. After I saw the first Transformers and like half of the second one because I worked at a movie theater and could see it for free, or stand there in the back of the theater looking for people on their cell phones and still watch the movie for free, it dawned on me that I don't know, it's just the same old stuff for me, maybe. I don't know. I'm just being opinionated now. I'm just sad, and I seen the trailer, and they didn't ultimately ruin it on the trailer. That's what's sad. I can't prepare myself for the loss of my childhood memories. Like they're just spitting on them. Like I won't lose the memories, mind you, but I'll feel bad. When I see the movie and it's garbage, it'll feel like they're digging up the buried remains of my childhood and just having a piss on it. and then covering it back over, not even covering it good, just haphazardly shriveling dirt back on it, shooting at a bird, wandering off into the night. And the sad thing is there'll be 1,000 people, million, billion people who love it, and they'll make another one. And they're like, at this point in this mental imagery, is while Michael Bay's having a big long piss on my my memories of the memory of how awesome Turtles was. Everyone's, the newcomers who don't have this connection, just laughing and loving every minute of it, just enjoying it. This is their new thing. They never knew Turtles before this. This is something new. They're it's like, oh, awesome! This is so cool. Oh, I can't wait for like part 27,000. Where they fight a space horse that's been beat to death, and they've resurrected it 1,000 times, and that's what they'll call it. They could get by with that, probably. There could be a dead horse in this one, as like some kind of like, imagery in this new Transformers movie. Like, look, this is the horse that we beat to death, thanks to your money you're throwing at the screen to forget about your worldly troubles. I feel like a movie critic right now. To be honest, I'm really not this opinionated, but while we're having a chat on it, it at the moment, right now, it's just Ninja Turtles. I'm scared. I want this movie to be good. That's what I'm getting at. It's not going to kill me if it's not good. In fact, because of Transformers and what, all the things that is, they've really ruined, Hollywood's ruined for me, I have no expectation of it. The trailer, though, I was really hoping would let me know whether it was going to be garbage or not. They did a very good job of hiding the fact if it was going to be shit or not. And that scares me, that they've hid it so well. I'm like, is it going to be bad? I don't know. I'm being on the fence here. Some people are not going to like it if you did it identical. They're still going to hate it because of some reason. There's always going to be people who will be in an uproar. But I'm trying to give them all the benefit of the doubt. I know this is how it works. You got to up things and change things. Stuff have got to change a bit. I went and watched the first Ninja Turtles movie the other day, or skimmed through it, as I was flipping through, doing some stuff. And, I'm like, wow, this is some, face palmage moments. Of course it's not, when they were making, movies back then, they really didn't think for the adults most of the time. They kind of just, if it was a kid's movie, it was kiddie as hell. The adults just had to power through it. Now with your, Adventure Times and SpongeBob's, it's kind of changed the way they make movies to where they got a lot of adult content in them that the kids will not even know. It's a way of hiding it. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's a good way to keep it fresh. Keep it to where parents will want to go to the theater and share a magical moment with their children. I don't know, I feel like everything I've said here has just been like blabber. I don't know, but the whole point of this video was to talk about the Ninja Turtles trailer. And I guess at some point, this is like a 20-minute, almost a 20-minute video, I was going to have to derail and talk about, Hollywood ruining a lot of things or changing it drastically, when they don't have to. Now, there's sometimes you have to change the story. Sometimes you don't. And I guess that's they're just humans in Hollywood, I guess. But sometimes they're led by the dollar. Now, we're getting to the end here. I'm outlining it in black. I really did have a good time drawing this picture. I hope you enjoyed our talk. What movie did Hollywood ruin for you? I know there's been a few shows, or what shows are going to be ruined for you that you see in the near future? Like, I knew they talked about a Ghostbusters movie, but I don't know. I mean, that's with the Harold Ramis passing. I don't know if they'll do it now. They may not, because that's, I wish they would, but I just don't think they should now. It's just something I don't want to see happen, is them ruin it, and then, on top of their awesome legacy of comedy and fun, and him, directing and making these movies and stuff. But there it is, folks. Tell me what you think. Like, favorite, subscribe. And, I guess we can cue the music now.